You are watching the Michelob Ultra Pure Gold Post Show here at the Haleiwa Challenger as we officially wrap up the season for the first ever Challenger Series as we see a local, Bettylou Sakura Johnson, realize her dreams. Not just qualifying for the tour, but taking a huge event win on her home break. She was just a little kid back in the day when they had events here and finally is able to compete here and wins in her first strike. Bettylou is now with Kaipo.
Thank you, Joe, and I just want to congratulate Bettylou Sakura Johnson, our Michelob Ultra Pure Gold Haleiwa Challenger winner. How are you feeling? This is a big moment in your life.
Oh my goodness, a huge moment. Thank you, Kaipo. Just a huge thanks to everyone for being here, rain or sunshine. It's a big day. Just gonna have a smile and want to thank everyone from Haleiwa helping me, supporting me, and just really happy to represent Haleiwa and do it here.
Big win for the home team. More news, Bettylou. You're going to be on the 2022 Championship Tour. Your thoughts on that?
Huge. Huge. Oh my, I just in shock, you know, so excited. Can't wait.
Well, we got some thanks to give, and I want to thank, first of all, Michelob Ultra for partnering and sponsoring this event. Also to our global partners, Jeep, Hydro Flask, Red Bull, Oakley, and Expedia. Also, our event partners, Sabazon, Shiseido, Expedia, Hydro Flask, and DraftKings, and of course, all of the local North Shore community and the crew here at Haleiwa. Give yourselves a hand. Thank you so much for your support. Now let's make it official. Tourism Commission, Travis Logie to present the trophy.
Thank you.
One more time for your Haleiwa champion. So good, they had to name her 4 times. Bettylou Sakura Johnson.
Bettylou Sakura Johnson taking it all in. A feeling that she will never forget. Putting up that beautiful trophy in front of her friends and family, getting so much local support and a lot to take in from winning an event like this, first of all, and then to knowing that she's joining the top 17 in the world at Pipeline. Her coach there, Ross Williams, with a clean sweep of our champs from John to Bettylou in the last 2 days. All that hard work behind the scenes, all those mock heats paying off for one big day in a local girl's career. Joe Turpel, Shannon Hughes, and Strider Wazalewski here for the Michelob Ultra Pure Gold Post Show. A lot to take in, Shannon. Seeing people's dreams fulfilled is one of the greatest feelings to witness in pro surfing, and we saw quite a few. You know, along with Bettylou, there's a series of others we'll go over in the show today.
It's been an emotional 24 hours, that is for sure. I mean, from the men qualifying over the last couple of days to now seeing the women get those qualifications clinched and to see such excellent surfing in the final rounds. And just having that story of the locals coming here every day, making sure that they were going to get spots on tour, not just for Bettylou, but one of her best friends, Luana Silva, as well. In that tiebreak situation, Strider, doesn't get any more emotional than that.
Yeah, I was welling up just watching Bettylou, you know, receive the trophy. The excitement, even out of, you know, Kaipo, a fellow commentator, you know, there's just a lot of local pride in Hawaii and the feeling that you get from them and the camaraderie. It was just a beautiful moment. And I think that to see the new regime coming in, I feel like these young ladies are going to come in and they have so much confidence and so much behind them. And the way that they surf is just, it's lights out. I mean, from the beginning of this event, Betty was the standout. And she could have made the finals on the men's side. She was surfing so well in my book.
I agree with that. And then to have to come into a challenging finals day, smaller surf, the wind picked up. She got the 8 in the final. Let's relive it right now. The final here at Haleiwa featured 3 new rookies on tour and also the headliner, 5-time world champ Carissa Moore. And you're kind of expecting Carissa just to take control. This was the set wave that made the difference in the world, Shannon.
Well, that was it. You know, we saw Carissa get 8s throughout the rest of the rounds here today. But then for Bettylou, she feels so comfortable here. She knows this wave so well. And we've seen her stay cool under pressure, and for her to find that excellent score, that was an amazing thing to witness, Joe.
And also, we're thinking there's going to be so many more moments in this heat for the surfers to open up. This was Gabby Bryant. She was able to get her third second of the Challenger Series, but we had a serious lull that basically just wound the clock down, Strider.
Yeah, I love the way that Gabby was surfing in this event too. She's just so strong, and the amount of energy she was putting into it. Look at this. I mean, the shoulder ride right there. She's so awesome. I love this whole thing.
This was an Instagram that Bettylou posted back in 2014. So on the left, that's Luana Silva as well. Those are a couple rookies that are joining Carissa Moore on tour as we flash back to the moment that they got to meet their hero. And for Bettylou, sharing a final with her hero and getting her first win off Carissa Moore. The stage is set for some big heats in 2022.
It's wild to think of kids like that growing up with their heroes. Carissa Moore setting such an outstanding example for the young women, the young girls growing up here in Hawaii, getting that time in, especially with more aloha and everything she's poured back into this community. And now to see some of those young women reaping the benefits and getting onto the championship tour, getting to surf alongside of her this coming year is going to be one of my favorite things of all time.
Oh, she's such an ambassador of aloha, being how amazing she is in the water, but having so much time that she gives back to the next generation. She's got to blame herself for creating talent like this coming up to battle with her next year. It's a beautiful thing. But one thing I loved watching was Strider's reaction in his chair in that semifinal when we had so much on the line. Basically, Molly Picklum was in the heat with Bettylou Sakura Johnson, and they had to avoid fourth. If they did that, they'd be on tour. And it was pretty back and forth all the way till the end, and Molly had a chance at the buzzer to try to change the situation around. Waz, what happened?
It was a tough go. You know, watching that, you can just see the amount of nerve that was building into that situation. Betty here, you see her, she opened up and really secured herself a spot in making it through that heat. And at the end of this heat, there was, it was only a few seconds left when Molly caught that wave. And all she had to do was stand up, do a little turn, and she would have put herself into third. That's all she needed to do. And she needed a 4 to get into second place, and it just didn't play out for her that way, and it wasn't in the books for her.
Crazy how every place is so important, especially when it's this close in really a 4-event season. Best of 3 results. India Robinson looked very powerful, but it was a big name like Lakey Peterson who was sitting in 4th for so long and wondering where she was going to go and built on her situation. And Molly all of a sudden drifted down into 4th. A wave came. For me, I don't think she knew a 3rd place was really going to mean that much, but the celebration was right there for Betty. I think everyone knew before she did that she had officially qualified for the Dream Tour. Shannon, how about that list?
Well, look at that. We got teenagers qualifying. Katie Simmers, Bettylou Sakura Johnson, and Luana Silva, 16 and 17 years old between the 3 of those. We've got those other 2 rookies in Gabriella Bryan and India Robinson, and then Brisa Hennessy securing that re-qualification. This is a really exciting year coming up in women's surfing.
Shannon, Rookie of the Year screaming at you yet? Do you want to take some time, or are you ready to throw it out there?
I mean, based off of her performance right now, Bettylou Sakura Johnson.
There we go. Waz, agree?
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that call. She's just too fiery, too good, too precise, and the power and the level that she's at. I mean, I watched her all year. I was impressed the entire time. And then coming into this event, she was a favorite in my book.
And I think that first half of the season is really looking good for surfers from Hawaii who like power. Pipeline, they've had junior events out in the past, tons of junior events at Sunset. Hawaiians do well at Margaret River and Bells Beach. Things are pretty solid before that midseason cut. But also we got to think about the men's side as well, because we had a lot of new names enter the list. Remember, it was top 12 qualifying. Some names coming back like Zeke Lau, Connor O'Leary, also Nat Young, and then with a ton of brand new names, Shannon.
Oh, it's so exciting to see, especially looking at those 2 from Latin America between Luca Macinas and Carlos Munoz. Starting to bring in a new generation of surfers from that region of the world is really cool to see. But then some of those other countries that we're so expectant to see those fresh names coming through. California and Jake Marshall. You got the Australians in Callum Robson and Jackson Baker, and those Brazilians holding it down.
It's so true. I think there's been this need or request to Australia. Let's get some backing. Some of the big names have retired, and they certainly proved their strength in the Challenger Series this year, Was.
They stepped right up. It is going to be so fun. Callum Robson, he was a name that, he really won me over at this event, seeing those power gouges he was doing. That was really fun. Jackson Baker, we always know he's just a brick builder. He just puts it down one after the other, and he's just going to come all the way to the top with his surfing. And he can get technical. He's shown us that in the lip with some big air 360s. So I can't wait.
What a special roster for 2022, and the Championship Tour pipeline will start on January 29th. Much more to come on the morning show or post show. Where are we? It's the end of the day, end of the season. Top 5 moments are coming up next. Aloha. You're watching the Michelob Ultra Pure Gold Post Show here at the Haleiwa Challenger, the final event of the season. It's all wrapped up. We've got our qualifiers for next year, and now we just make predictions to see who is going to stand out coming up next season. And check out our scaffolding. A lot of people working incredibly hard on dark. Actually, before we got here, to make sure everything was set up and ready to go. We had a wild storm that we woke up to, and it actually joined us for most of the day too, Shannon.
Yeah, we've hardly been able to dry off in time for the post show here. Everyone down on the shoreline with their umbrellas, with their rain jackets on, and ready to just soak up everything that Hawaii had on offer today.
And we got to think about everything that's happened this week to sort out our top 5. One of Strider's favorite stories coming in at number 5 on the list is a young kid that goes to Waialua High School, a junior, Shion Crawford. We get to talk about him some more here on the post show because he had such a brilliant run here at Haleiwa, going from an alternate into the event and then all the way to the quarterfinals. Was.
Yeah, just the pure gold of his expressions on the beach, his interviews, the way he reacted to surfing that he was watching as a kind of a grommet, but the surfing just proves otherwise. Out there cracking into really heavy conditions, pushing hard, and really going after it. So really impressive performance from the local crew as this entire event showed us that everybody here in Hawaii came to play.
And he's also getting scores from a big panel. CT judges are up there. He's getting 8s or better. And how validating is that? He's winning junior events, but realizing he's getting scored just like the pros are.
Oh, it's got to be a full shift in his mindset coming out of this event. Think of that in some of those other surfers who have had amazing careers, looking back on those junior events maybe, or coming into wildcard opportunities And for him to walk away with solid scores like that, amazing.
Coming number 4 in the top 5, Gabby Bryan, the Challenger Series champion was.
Wow. She's a champion at a young age, surfing lights out, low center of gravity, quick, fast, strong surfing. She's going to be on tour. She's going to be at Pipeline coming up at the end of January. It's going to be insane.
Shannon, 3 seconds in 4 events. That's incredible.
That consistency speaks volumes of what we can expect to see from her in her rookie year. I mean, I just called out Bettylou Sakura Johnson as Rookie of the Year, but actually thinking of the consistency and the mindset that Gabrielle Bryan has showcased throughout the Challenger Series to get those 3 second places, that's the sort of battle for Rookie of the Year.
Are you going to make a switch?
I might make a switch right now.
That's totally, you're allowed to.
It.
We'll do that all year as well. Number 3 on the list of the top 5, all of our qualifiers. Congratulations from the Ultimate Surfer, Zeke Lau, coming back to Jake Marshall, Liam O'Brien. We've got such a huge rookie class. It's going to be very exciting, Waz.
I can't wait. Jackson Baker just throwing the hammers down in the big surf. These guys all get behind each other. Saw some great posts from all their countrymen welcoming them onto tour. It was really cool to see. And Brisa Hennessy as well.
Such a cool story because she never went anywhere, right? She was on tour, went right to the Challenger Series, and she didn't miss a CT event.
Yeah, for her to come back fighting, you know, she was down from having not re-qualified automatically from the CT, and to come out and smash the Challenger Series, incredible. And then Bettylou Johnson, like, what is there not to say about her?
A big win today on her home court, and she'll be a big rookie name. I think a lot of people will be throwing her name out as a Rookie of the Year award with Luana Silva. A bit of a stressful day for her today when she went down to the quarterfinals, because that was pretty hard to deal with when it's out of your hands, but she was able to break the tie with Molly Picklum. Number 2 in our top 5, the 10 from Florence, and taking out his 2nd title at Haleiwa, Strider.
I mean, did everything on this wave. Carves, airs, tubes, you know, lip line slashing 360s. It's just insane how well he was performing. The family super excited about the way that he brought it home here at Haleiwa. I mean, the precision of his slices through the waves were just so powerful and controlled that you could just think about him up at the number 1 spot at the end of the year, possibly.
It's just so cool that when he's back, he's so thrilled to be in that competitive jersey and at 100%, as he will be dangerous, starting at Pipeline, defending his title. Number 1 on our top 5, it's the local hero, Bettylou, the Haleiwa champion.
Wow, I mean, to find the 8 in a final in such different conditions, it was so challenging compared to those earlier rounds this morning between the quarters and the finals. She found so many excellent scores in this event, we can hardly keep track of them, and she is just proving that she can handle the pressure and the expectation that comes with performing at home.
So cool to see her dealt with different types of conditions, but her confidence was already there, and a very emotional victory, even in the rain. She wanted to thank her fans and her family for dealing with this weather, but they wouldn't have it any other way, celebrating their favorite. Their Haleiwa champ goes to the locals today.
That's pretty amazing. And you think about, you know, these young ladies, they're just teenagers, and their parents are sitting back going, oh, okay, shift, we're getting ready, going on tour. We got a big year coming up. We got to plan everything. We got to get ready to go overseas. You know, I mean, there's so many different things that probably play into the background now for those families and everything that they have to do and shift their entire lives to just support those beautiful young ladies.
It's interesting because, Shannon, we might get to relax a little bit, but it's kind of like that prep has already begun for them. It's going to be pretty intense on the free surfs heading in Pipeline, because there's a lot of new names that are going to try to get some reps out there.
Well, they've already been doing that. I mean, even this opportunity for the women to arrive here at Haleiwa and to have a Challenger Series event here, it's the first time they've been back in 11 years on the North Shore. They've been able to get those reps in out at Pipeline already, and now those few that have qualified, the men as well, I would expect them to be changing flights and sticking here in Hawaii instead.
Yeah, it's going to be a great long off season. Is short in some terms, because January 29th is actually right around the corner for the Billabong Pipe Pro to kick off the 2022 season. That's all for now here on the post show, and from here at Haleiwa, for Joe Turpel, Shannon Hughes, Strider Wazalewski, and the rest of our crew, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you at Pipeline. Rainy but rippable finals day here for the women to finish off the Michelob Ultra Pure Gold Haleiwa Challenger.
Look at that.
lefts and the deep right. Look at that thing. Oh!
Alyssa Spencer of California times it well.
There goes Vahine Fierro.
Here comes the 5-time world champ. Hard off the bottom, and what a carve.
Let's watch Gabriella. Whoa, clean forehand, wrapping.
Can I also get a hot chocolate?
Olivia Robinson.
Come on, one more.
Molly Picklum also with an opportunity.
Let's watch Bettylou Sakura Johnson. Blakey Peterson, power hack in the open face.
The semifinals are coming up next.
Carissa Moore, big snapping maneuver.
Gabriella Bryan on a bomb.
We have our finals all set.
Bettylou bashes it.
Here's Carissa Moore.
Bettylou Sakura Johnson takes out the Michelob Ultra Pure Gold Haleiwa Challenger.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.